Okay, coming in the Xlieonial high interference position and directions is force trying in high end locations. Now it's true to understand that to make it very well clear, where I set my signal is all directional location. How to use it is understand the platform low end centers. I really want you guys to understand how to really get in your calculations, how to really understand not just the levels of you, but understand everything around you. And the only way to do that is to balance the frequencies. Okay. So today in class, we're going to go through Xlieonial. Now that's an Xlieonial line rotation interference. Now it's a planet system. You guys are going to be all at the same vibration, frequencies, and energy. So when you're there, you're going to see everybody. And I'll show you how powerful it is when you're calculating to the same telepathy signal to the same planet location. And then you understand the importance why you have to be in balance every single day of your life. That is the process communication line centers. It opens all position locations of its directions. Okay? So, how's everybody doing so far on a Saturday? All right, pre-flight checks. Make sure you check all line center interference and position directions. Make sure your grounds, your powers, the atmospheres, drink your waters. Concentrate your system locations. Don't concentrate on anything else when you're traveling. Okay, the team can't help you out because they're trying to figure who they are. Let me say that again. The team cannot help you out because they are trying to figure out who they are. And the only way they do that is to focus on yourself. Okay? Don't focus on anything else. Okay? That's a true understanding what you guys have to get into. Okay? So if you want to communicate to each other, you do it either through telepathy. And if you don't know how to do that, don't do that. Because what's going to happen is going to change the frequency and location to its travels and its mechanism of space and time. Right? It's like a reverberation wave that just comes in signal, and it's the cluster line channel that's open in signal and position location of its direction. It's like see? You don't want to do that because it cuts off the signal. All right? All right. Let's see here. Larry, how's it going? Jill, Don, Terry, Michael, Johnny, Lindsay, Gypsy. All right, let's see. Belle, Sharon, Ginger, great to see you. Congrats on your upgrades, everybody. Heather, Barbara, Susan, Astro, Siri. It's great to see everybody. Okay, Chris. All right, loving the titles. You guys got your emojis set and signals in position of direction. So, great. Excellent. So as we get started, Missy. Okay, so understanding you is not understanding you through planets. Planets are, people are coming to me every single day and say, hey, General, can you connect me to a planet? Well, first off, do you know who you are? And if you don't know who you are, why would I send you to a planet if you don't understand you? They understand you, but you're walking on a surface that you have no idea what you're doing through vibration, energy, or anything through frequency of its harmonics. Not alone and not understanding identification to its position location of its direction. You guys have to learn how to use your hands informations, right? There's a lot of symbols that you have to reach and understand who you are connecting with on each planet, position, location of its directions. You are creating the space of you through time. And that sequences patterns, locations when you're going into a planet surface for the very first time through foundations. So understanding that is all levels of you, right? Because every planet surface in position direction has its memory on full cycle rotation, right? So as you're looking up, they're looking at you. That's how real it is, okay? It's a totally different screen, okay? But they know exactly what they're seeing through perception, and so should you over time. So time, position, location is all levels of you through direction, but it's you understanding your visionary line centers But the only way to do that is understand you inside through operation. It's the how of the operation, not the why, it's the how. Understanding where you came from, okay, and what is the purpose to understand what a planet is. Because now you're connected to laser, now you connect to beacon lights, now you're connecting to division and tactics and space command and control centers. I mean, there's so many levels of planets, guys, that you understand, right? Because it all represents you in perception of its emotion, right? And it's gone beyond so many levels. Go beyond where you have not gone before, right? This is the true understanding. When you're reaching to a certain point level, you understand all levels of you inside position of direction, flux and past location to its chakra system. Do you understand how to use your chakras? Do you understand the colorations of the chakras? Do you understand the rotation and interference of the chakras? Do you understand the computer adaptation line centers, time frame, interference, location, line conditions of the chakras? Do you understand the coloration of the Fibonacci sequence of the colors? Do you understand the coloration line centers of time frequency line connection of the colors? Do you understand the coloration line center interference located transmitting and receiving locations of the colors? See? It's all levels in you inside the electrical light connection. How to use it is another thing, right? So concentrate on yourself. Once you concentrate on yourself, you start to rediscover yourself all over again in the avatar. It starts living the sequence location of its position location in its direction simultaneously all at once. So you're taking the past line and the future and position location of its highest locations into one position. Because the past line is its presence and the present is the future and the future is its future. So once it comes into future, you're no more longer line center location of its past line conditions in that high system. You're deleting programs every single day of your life. And every time you thought pattern line interference and you put yourself back in negative line center rotations, you're putting your cycles in high interference location of a cluster. It changes high in location of its position and it resets channel line center interference location of a black hole. And now you're creating dark matter. So all you got to do is balance the light and the dark line centers of you. You got 12 position locations of light and you got 12 position locations of dark. How to center line position location is all levels of you in yin and yang. Flowing time line center, 2 line interference, 3 position, 4 positions, 5 positions, 6, 7. 7 line track. Now that's offline and rotation interference, so computer adaptation interference location line connections. That opens up sequence patterns of communication cycles. Regeneration interference location is program setting. Okay. All right, let's get started. So setting code signal locations. All right. So to understand what's going on is how I set things up in sequence locations. Understand the coloration of the planet, understand the positions of the planet, understand the coordinates of the planet, understand the intelligence of the planet, understanding the high center of the planet, understand the security measures of the planet, understanding the vibrations of the planet, the energies in the frequencies and its harmonic resistance. That's how you reach a planet. So, but you have to understand you first through operation, right? So we're going to channel in high center interference in position under directions. This is the coloration of the planet and high center, okay? So it's an off signal interference, position locations online, okay? So it's kind of like a ruby red, high channel, high cis locations. If you look really closely, you can see the planet and surface, right? But it's going beyond the mind. I say, oh, I can't see anything because you're trying to see something. As soon as you say try, the diversion line interference location changes the light into negative right away because you don't believe in the process location of truth. Because I know where the planet is in all line center interference. I know where the sun position is in direction. I know where the moon plateaus its position location of directions. The Wi-Fi and its modem line center is already in calculation. All right, so as it comes in high center, we're going to go into illumination line system locations. All right, so this is the planet's surface. All right, Xlieonial. Setting signal on high interference, setting sonar line rotation, position of direction. Right, setting signals. Right, setting in position location line center locations. Top rotation line rotation. Calculation code streams. Coming in sun graph line center. Sun is position location of its directions. This is the sun and high center line conditions. Right, there's the sun and high center. So you need the sun and the moon to anything to planet's surface. So it's trying to understand the information is given to you in high signal. right? So the moon comes in position directions right in the center line of sonar interference, okay? Because it's what's happening is the sunline center is redirecting locations to the moon, and the moon's surfacing its position location to the sun, setting signal line center to a triangulation. So in position location of directions, you set up different sonar line centers. We're going to a black circle line rotation interference. There it is, and signal position of directions. There it is, signals. Signal line center line positions, TV graph interference location line conditions. Code signal electrical light connections, panel high center and interference location, code streams, high line center crew units, in position location squad units 1 and 2, go into the GFL line center, rebellion location, ascending mass community, ascension gods. Get them in the same vibrational line position of direction high system to the energy track line conditions of their own position of time, of space, into the Xlieonial connection law position location to its center line interference. So its interception location of its directions, setting signals in high interference to 3-track locations. All right, as it's coming in sequence, it comes into a graph line channel. It opens all communication to its system. All right, so in position of its direction high system, you automatically go into the high center. There you are, center position location, point system locations. All right, 30 minutes, have fun. So you guys are now on the Xlieonial planet, but it's all position location of directions of high center interference, code signal position directions high system, ground line center and rotation to the atmosphere line position location of its directions, colossal communication, electrical light connections to the moon position location of its direction, 3-channel high system locations, into metric interference location of sun, set sun's position locations, middle line center interference position of directions, high channel its high line center interference location of its calculations, putting black line center in position location of Xlieonial interference in position of direction. All right, so there you go. Now you're on the planet. Now you're seeing everything, all in position location of the same frequency, same energy, same pattern, same line system to its all system locations. All right, through its allegiance, through its formation. All right. All right. So as you guys are traveling, now you're on a planet's surface. You don't have to worry about identification or anything. You just guys are going to go through wall line center. Now we're in a white graph room. White graph room line center interference. We got 3 line center position of door line center interference location of directions. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3 door line centers, 3 door lines interference. So you got a high line rotation. This is an energy loss room. Communications. So you guys are in the formation of alliance and position of directions. This is you guys coming in high system location. All right. That's you guys coming in. Now the energy wash, you go through 1 door line center, moves over position location, moves over position location. So there's 3 adaptation line centers at high line center location of energy washes. Remember, this is a high formation line conditions. This is Xlieonial planet in position of directions. So you go 1, 2, 3, 3 door line center interference. Then you come at a high interference location of directions. So you go from here to position of direction. Okay. And then when you're done, it goes position of direction locations. You move on to another room location. You go in a 3-dimensional line rotation. You go into the torical line interference location, arc line channel location of the commanding system. And you basically just sit down and wait for confirmation. All right. So as you're signaling position of directions, you come into a colossal room. Now this colossal room has a high line ceiling. It's high line center interference location of directions. Box sequence location as position in this direction. Okay. So there's a big, humongous jumbo screen. Okay. There it is. There's jumbo screen. You guys on high circle line in rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 position locations. You guys are around the signal. In position of direction, sitting high line center, interference of high cis locations. All right. So you see in a plasma screen on high in rotation of all levels of its Earth line center of new Earth operation. Sequence and pattern, high position of its directions. All right. Okay. So I'm going to use telepathy and interference line conditions. You're automatically going to be in a magnetic line system. In calculations, 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to be sitting in. You're locked in sequence, locked in fragmentation line stream. Here we go. Locked in frame. Okay, have fun. So as you're calculating modify high center interference location and directions, we'll get back in the number sequence. So I really want to get into this plateau and interference locations. When I come back in position line centers, now I have a day off line center interference location tomorrow, we are going to go position locations, how to basically set up jump scars in the high variance location of 5-dimensional line rotation. But the identification code stream has to be in high center. So this positions of its directions line system. Now you go into core line center locations. 5 division line center in position equals line box, right? Y equals line center, okay? Equals line center. It's interesting how you come to high center interference at position location of its graph. So once this is in sequence location, you circle in its high line rotation interference. It sets locations all levels, and then it comes into high center locations, change position and directions. So as it comes in intelligent line center, the communication changes all levels of its triangle. Do you see how I'm communicating the high interference location, all computer adaptation interference location to calculation? It's true to understand how you're doing these things, all line center locations, its equivalent location. Energy line centers, high position locations, high level system rotation, interference line condition of its directions. So in position of its box system, point location, 4-point line centers, in calculation. All right. Now it sequences its pattern line center, transitional directions. There we go. Box line center, triangle interference. Triangle interference, box line center. All through high interference locations, right? Bounce line center location, intelligence of its communication equals high line interference. Now the Y line center changes position location to box. Box equals line center to 5 line center interference. In position of directions, that's how you go into high position location of its direction. All through box line to a triangulation. Ooh-ah. Now, how are we in formation location Xlieonial planet? You should be seeing each other, all in the same vibration. All right. Yeah, please inform, pre-flight checks, hydrate ground, breathe. Yep, that's the location of the system. All right, setting compass to north. Good for you, Jessica. Check, hydrated, make sure you drink your water. Sonar activated, debris is cleared, receiving calculations. Wormhole, tunnel, sonar activated. Present and grounded, pre-flight done, ready to travel with water on standby. Good. So you're finally getting your avatar connections. That's beautiful. Love it. I love it when you guys understand more position, location, directions. All right. Intention. All right, some position locations. Setting star sprinkles, everyone. Cool. Sonar magnetic. But I just want to show you what it's like. You're all on the same planet. How's that feel to be actually seeing a big jumbo screen in front of you and seeing the new Earth operation? So bouncing waves. All right. Had a dream moving through doors last night. Well, last night, backclocking interference. Be cautious in how you calculate their free thinker. Don't provision locations on levels of last night because it never existed. Past reference line center, always specific locations into clocking system. Okay? Because if you channel high and you represent your locations and yesterday is gone and your position locations bring this back into the present line center and you bring yesterday into the now line center, it disrupts your locations of your day. Okay? Just to let you know. All right, feeling like, okay, theater. It's funny, Joe. Rainbow Brightland, packed in a movie screening room. Yep, exactly. I know, it's good to see you guys high rise faster. It's beautiful. Love it. Truly understand the importance. That's exactly what it is. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Communicating to each other through telepathy. Yeah, I know. Gypsy's blown away. She's seen everybody. And that's what it is, putting you guys all in the collective inner room. So, seated and standing together, room racing jumbo screens, on General's trailer before New Earth popped on. Well, there you go. See? Told you. So to get you guys in position location in the same room, is to put your center operations to all levels of you into one timeline. That's how it gets you guys in one room. But it has to be on one frequency. You can't be on different frequencies. Because if you're on different frequencies, you'd be on different timelines. It's interesting to have to balance these things out. But it's important to understand these things. And when you come back to position locations, after you get in the Xlieonial and position locations of the planet line system, and you go back to Earth perception locations, you'll be back where you are through vibration, to yourself and to each other. I'm just showing you how powerful it is to actually see yourself all in one room, to one compilation, simultaneously to one timeline center. Okay? So in stat quo, interference position locations, you're not in linear space. It's all position location, the past, the present, and the future, all in one timeline. So in position location, it's like this. You're looking from this line center perception, and you're seeing from this angle. And that's how you're seeing everything all at once. But in position locations, when you reach higher levels of frequencies and balance line center locations, you're in this position, you're in this position, you're in this position, you're in this position. So you got 4 graphing screens. 1, 2, 3, 4. All in perception, right? So the more you high rise, the more you see. So from here, you can see 4, you can see 6, you can see 8, you can see 10, you can see 12, you can see 14, you can see 14 million perception locations all in one sequence, all through one vibration. So it's getting all line centers of channels into one direction, which is base view. Right? So pretty amazing, isn't it? Inside the theater, it looks like a drive. Driving. 360 vision, yeah. But isn't that amazing, Terry? How you see everyone, right? You all have to be the same vibration. Now you turn your standing, what it is, simultaneously, all at once, right? So it's all position locations of parallels. But it's position location of its directions, how you come into box line center triangulation, all through identifications to its communication. All right. So I know it's fascinating when you see these things. Our ascensions on front, the about units were all lined up. Yep, you're all lined up in formation locations, but it's amazing what you're seeing through a plasma screen. All right. So that's 10 line center plus. And that position location of directions. All right. So because we've got over 70 channels in high interference, and you guys are solar direction locations, position locations. But the true understanding is all levels of you through telepathy. Right? The more you communicate to each other, the more you understand each other through operation from inside position, because you're channeling every single day. Right? That's what you're doing. Okay, so you got position location directions. Let's go to the entire system. One position location directions. Now you're scanning interference locations. Now this is a rainbow graph in the stream. Okay, so this is where this person is in a motion. Okay. So we got one person here, one person here. So what's the difference between the two? How does this person communicate with that person? Through position location avatar line center. First off, it's not a physical line, it's the avatar stream, right? So which one is the avatar and which one's the physical line? Are they both in sequence location balanced of telepathy to each other? Right? Just because this is a rainbow graph stream doesn't mean it's in position location directions. This one can be in direction. Which one? In calculation line streams. Both of them are off triangle. You know why? Why are they off triangle? Why are they off triangle? Look at the color. Look at the separation. Right? To understand each other through position location directions, all levels of scanning line interference. So let's go position location of this, right? This is scanning, right? So as you come into the avatar line center, scanning avatar position location of the rainbow graph interference in the direction line system. Now it's understanding where it is. So it automatically puts its rainbow activation stream center in position location of its directions. That's how you balance location and frequencies in one location. Now you have balance. See? That's how that works. So in scan line center, in position location, understands the balance, the frequency location of sonar. There's a balance location. Electric light connections and telepathy interference. Communicating with each other. That's how you do it. Right? So that's a true understanding. What you guys have to understand is how to balance the colorations of you of space and time in division location. right? You got an energy graph line center, you got a rotation signal and interference, and you got your computer location to its graph system. How to use these things is all levels of U, right? From inside position, right? So that's how you do these things. You scan, you know exactly that it's a rainbow stream. So you automatically come to the same position locations. Now you got directional line center, and you guys are now into the same room of its position. Congratulations, right? Because if you weren't in the same line center, this would be out sequence location, and it would change colors and patterns. So this will go back into black line center, interference location and directions, off signal, off charting, off calculation. See? That's how this works, people. It's truly understanding all levels of U. The frequencies of U, the energies of U, the transmitting of U, the transfusions of U, the infusion line center, the communications, the morphings of U, the mutations of U, the calculations of U, the formations of U, the alliance of U. It's all inside of you, right? That's how these things work, okay? You have to learn how to balance the frequencies, and every single time you're trying to understand the memory of you, right? Because you're seeing different lines at different perception locations, right? How many perceptions are you seeing today? How many perceptions are you seeing tomorrow, right? How do I understand this? How do I understand that, right? So, okay, let's see. Scanning rainbow graph, good. Connections make 1% weak, balance and telepathy me. Great. This is going to help you out a lot more, knowing you guys are on the same planet. And the thing is, if you guys find yourself on the same planet, so the same frequency and the same balance position location to the same heartline center of its connections, you come back out better as yourself and each other. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? You realize, whoa, what just happened? You really get to understand each other more through telepathy. It's incredible when you do these things, especially when you're seeing each other in the same room as a collective, right? I wanted to show you how powerful it is, how everybody can be in the same room and see everything you're doing. Wherever you're going, wherever you're moving, you're seeing each other through perceptions, and you're communicating to each other through telepathy on the same planet's surface, right? So, so as we come into next week, after we get into the jump scars and the communication cycles and regeneration interference, we're going to be in line center locations and crop circles. I want you guys to get into formation locations, how to create your own ground system location. It's a lot more fun. Understanding triangulation locations. I'll start off high center. So you get a coloration. Now it doesn't have to be grounds because you're already in balance. See, this is position, location, and directions. You have to be yin and yang every single day of telepathy waves. Because if you're not, they know you're not. You understand? Because if you're not, they know you're not. But if you are, they know you are. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? So there's no ands, if, or buts here in any way and form. Okay? So the and is just suggested. It's an adjective interference location of a verb. And high signal is high interference location of its directions. An action is a verb location of its position. It's also a noun. So it's trying to understand how to use this in a subjective level. Try to understand how to use your alphabetical stream as codes. Try to use it as vibration of telepathy. Try to understand how to use it inside your position to your heartline system locations, guys. That's how you set position location of its directions, right? Especially now, because you guys are up at a higher level now. Okay, when you come into calculations, your light workers, your sending, your gods. Okay, all levels on the rainbow and star seeds. Okay, so it's important you understand these things. It's all levels of you in balance. So if the one line center in position location equals 2 equals 5. How did it become 5 line center? 1 equals 2 equals 5. How does that position location have its directions? So 1 line center is offline rotation, but it's traveling high system. Equal line center, xt 1000 up position location, down across location. The imposition of a 2 line center positions circles and its high line rotation, all levels, into the agelix, high interference location, portal line interference, equals 5. 5 position locations is the fifth dimension. So there's a lot of things you guys have to understand how to use the line center locations, and you use reference. Never use negative and force line. We've been through that before through clocking, back clocking, forward locking. We've been through that before. And every time you channel into a past word, use it as a back clocking. Okay? Because as soon as you pass, okay, slash remembrance, what happens to your position location of your placebos? It changes the pass lines, the atmosphere line position location, the symbiotic interference, the teleportation line interference, the connection of slash line intelligence position location of its remembrance. Right? So it's always important to understand these things. Every single time you are traveling through your mind, always use past as a reference of back clocking, and you're fine. But if you put a force line of a negative line in interference, you are creating a circle of back force line connections of a realm of dark matter. Okay? So it's important you understand that. All right, zooming around with the winds and the wings Mother gave me, spreading love. Great. So again, calculations, deleting old programs. Okay, releasing own interference. Some of us in front of the same planet, recognizing each other's energy. So beautiful. But see, that's it, because you guys are in the same frequency. And that is the most beautiful thing to have, guys. You're in the same frequency. Okay? In the same room. All right? So, I see everyone is Star Trek, wrecking team on New Earth. Yeah. Any calculation here? How do you see what everybody's doing? Yeah, and that's what it is. Once you guys understand more of yourself and you realize that you were just on Xlieonial planet, you understand each system a little bit better, because now you are in position location of its directions. You are connected to that intelligence now. And that's how this works. You become friendship and relationships with yourself first. And then after that, you come friendship and relationships with each planet system. All from inside. So, yeah, I know there's a lot of love there, isn't there? So we're at a 33 line center line rotations, 33,000 line position locations, 4 line connections into all levels, 50 communication interference, track line centers, bringing you back in position locations, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. 34 line triangle interference, back in division. You guys are back. See how fast that was? All through clocking location. See, that's how this works. So it's important to understand all levels of you. You're back in your frequencies, you're back in your intelligence, you're back where you started. Now that starting position location is all levels of each future position locations. So every time you get up in the morning, you're in the future. You're not in the past. So you're living these sequence locations, all levels of you, telepathy, going forward, and all division location of its calculation. All right. So I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Communicating with each other all collectively. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So now you know. Why it's so important is just to concentrate on you first. Get to know the real you, the real you. And then you understand all levels of you through energy, vibration, frequency, and harmonic resistance, and how important it is to recognize you first. All right. And then planets come after. Okay. Okay, that's word to the wise. Concentrate on yourself. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. Okay. All right. So no school tomorrow. Day off. I might or I may come on TikTok. Who knows? See what happens. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you on Sunday, I will see you bright and early Monday morning on Zoom. Adios.